Yo, what is going on, guys? We are back today for another video with a very highly requested topic to talk about, and that is what used to be. It started out as the July 4th deals. On July the 4th, we would get deals. Then it became July weekend. Then it became July week-long sales. And now, because the way the days land, the first day of the sale is the last day of June. So now it's fun in the sun sales, and spot is in parentheses there. So yeah, a little bit different this year. It was fun in the sun. I actually kind of like that more, and it feels a little bit more inclusive to me because I'm Canadian, where we don't celebrate July 4th here. So I like fun in the sun, man. It sounds good to me. So let's quickly just basically read this post. It confirms what I already speculated, that the deals will be starting on Friday, June the 30th. And it'll be a week long again, ending the following Friday, June the 7th. So, yeah, it's pretty much all it's saying here. Just get ready for the deals, and yeah, upgrade your progression level if you want to double dip. Like if you want to buy Thronebreaker deals, you can do that. Become Paragon, then buy Paragon deals. That is totally possible. And yeah, there's not really anything else being said here. So got a couple things to show you guys real quick. Let me show you the predictions, which you can look forward to seeing here. So I got it all kind of blacked out, so we'll reveal as we go, so we don't have any peepers. And I think I'll also try to put some timestamps, though. So if you want to skip to a specific part what I'm talking about, you can go ahead and do that. But yeah, we'll be covering Peter Parker's wallet, Star-Lord's Lootbag, Tony Stark's briefcase, Black Panther's treasure, Allfather's Odin's vault, and then typically what Kabam has done. That's why these videos are very hard to make, because Kabam could just completely switch up the way they do things. But last year, 2022, it seems that they brought this back, and that seems to be the trend they're going to stick to for the July deals. At least I hope so. And if they do, that's what I'm predicting here. So it starts with a 1K unit offer, followed by a 4K unit offer, then followed by a 10,000 unit offer, and then after that 10,000 unit offer, there's a 3,000 unit offer as like extra. But what we've seen in the past is a choice between the 10K bundles. And we saw this specifically, I remember, when 6-stars were becoming kind of new. I remember one year there was like a 5-star bundle, 5-star focus bundle, and a 6-star focus bundle. So I think we're going to see something like that again with 6-star versus 7 stars. And then what we've also been seeing recently is if you purchase every single deal in the store, you clean it out, you get a free prize, as Kabam likes to call it. So yeah, I got a couple of predictions for that as well. So we're going to get into all of that. And also one other thing to talk about is there is this whole Kabam store now. So it is possible that the deals are going to be on here as well. Which, if they are, like an Odin on here, it's more units, more bang for your buck. So I don't know if we're going to see like the same deals and you're able to double dip. I don't know. We're gonna talk about that a little bit more. One thing that I do have here is possible options / player choice. And so if I'm right on this, if there is like multiple options and you get to choose, what they could do potentially is basically if you clean out the entire store, you get like this special token that you can redeem for one of these very select few prizes. And let's say you do that twice, maybe you'd get 2 tokens, so you could take 2 things from this super elusive store that you need to spend like $1,000 to get access to. So I don't know, just some theory crafting, just some rough ideas there. I have no idea how this is really going to work. This is going to be very interesting to see. This is Kabam just launched this, but they launched it in June, the same month that these deals are going live. So I don't think it's a coincidence, But yeah, we'll have to see. And then so real quick, let's take a quick look at the Paragon. Actually, we can circle back to that, I guess, once we get to the Odin and the Black Panther treasure. Let's go ahead and get started now then with the Peter Parker's wallet. So, all right, let's go ahead and reveal this bad boy just like so. Okay, so starting us off, we got, this is a $5 deal. It's the cheapest one, 135 units. Oh yeah, and what they also could do is they could increase, I think they will do this actually. I think they will increase the unit amount to match this store. So in here, it's 150 units for Peter Parker's wallet. I feel like on July or Sun in the Fun, I feel like maybe they'll match that unit, so it's the same for these. And they've done that in the past. They've increased the units in the past for deals like this. So here I'm thinking 1,000 7-star shards, 1 tier 6 basic, 1 tier 3 alpha, and 1 Nexus Paragon. So the Nexus Paragon here is a bit of a stretch, okay? It's a bit of a stretch. There's a few things that I'm predicting that is a bit of a stretch, all right? Just bear with me, though. We have not seen Nexus level Paragons yet. We've only seen the basic ones. So I think this could be their introduction. What better time to introduce Nexus Paragons than with, you know, July 4th, Sun in the Fun, epic summer sale that everyone, you know, has an eye out for. That would definitely get these deals bought up more if we saw a Nexus Paragon. It could also just be a Paragon Crystal, though. So, but I do have a suspicion that they will include either a Paragon or a Nexus Paragon in all of these deals. So the guess here, it could be Nexus. That's a bit of a stretch, but yeah, I think the Paragon Crystal is, we definitely see that. And just one of each of these catalysts, I think we definitely see that. And just 1,000 7-star shards. And I think this, I'm predicting that this theme kind of continues through the rest of these. Like Kabam's, you know, pushing these 7-star shards. I also have a bit of a theory that the floodgates on tier 6 basic and tier 3 alpha is about to just burst. Just gonna burst wide freaking open, man. Why do I think that? Because we recently got an update to the Battleground store with these deals, as you guys can see at the bottom there. Just like that. Yeah. So as you see, I purchased those deals immediately as the story reset. Purchased those, and I will continue to do that every single time they reset. Why? Because this is the best value in the game for these resources. Now that Kabam has done that, now that they've started to give these resources out at a reasonable price that we can get on a weekly basis, it's time for those floodgates to just burst wide open, man. So I really think we're going to see a lot of tier 6 basic and tier 3 alpha just flood the economy for this July weekend. All right, let's go ahead and move on now to Star-Lord's loot bag. So all right, let's go ahead and reveal this. So, you know, this is the $10 deal, double the Parker's wallet. I think we could see a 25% tier 6 class catalyst selector, 2,500 7-star shards, and then 2 Nexus Paragons, or just 2 Paragon crystals. So I think this makes sense. You know, the first deal, it's going to be a little bit more focused with the basic resources being tier 6 and tier 3, whereas the Star-Lord's loot bag, it's going to be a little bit more focused on the class catalyst aspect, being tier 6, and of course being a selector. So, you know, if you're really looking for one or both these heroes, you can max it on both, but if you're looking for one more than the other, kind of focus on that. And then of course more 7-star shards, and more Paragon crystals. So again, keeping that same theme going. All right, Tony Stark's briefcase. This is an interesting one, and usually the briefcase is a little bit unique to the rest of the deals. So that's what I'm kind of predicting here. I'm thinking we're going to see 3 to 4 rank up gem crystals. We have not seen a bunch of these lately, just in the game, really anywhere, through content, through deals. We just don't. I think there was one 3 to 4 gem, and I think they were charging like 10k units or something. It had some insane markup that you literally had to be a crazy person to buy that deal. It was just absolutely ridiculous. I think that was the last thing we saw, a 3 to 4 gem for sale. Like, it's weird. So I think we're going to start seeing them, and I think this deal is exactly where they're going to be. I think they're just going to be random, you know, just gem crystals, so it's RNG, but I think it's good, and I think like a lot of people, you know, they want to have more rank 4s, but they don't really want to give up the tier 6 basic and tier 3 alpha because they want to save that for maybe 7 stars or rank 5s. So I think this would be a great way to just help players get more rank 4s. I think this is a prime deal to see it in. Then I can see anywhere from 3 to 5,000 7-star shards here. 5k on the high end if Kabam is feeling generous. 3k if they're, you know, feeling stingy as usual. But on these select few days, Kabam is actually more generous than you would expect. So I could see it being 5k. And then again, 3 Nexus Paragons or regular Paragons. At this point, it starts to be like if it is going to be regular Paragon crystals, you can see the amount would probably be going up. It'd probably be 4 here. or we could just see more if they're not Nexus. You know, if they aren't, I made these predictions basing this that it could be Nexus, so that's why there's less volume as we go up. But yeah, that's the Tony Stark's briefcase. I think we're gonna see something unique. Could also be, I had Sig Stones here written before. Could also very easily see that anywhere from like 50 to 100. Just this has been the Sig Stone deal before, so we could see that. I just feel like they're gonna go for something a little different and throw a 3 to 4 gem here. So that's what I'm predicting for the Tony Stark's briefcase. Let's go ahead now move on to the Black Panther's treasure. So, all right, let's reveal this bad boy. So I'm thinking 7,500 7-star shards. That's half of a crystal. Anywhere from 1 to 2, 25% tier 6 class catalyst selectors. And then I'm thinking 4 Nexus Paragons. I think we could, there's also a very good chance we could also see anywhere from 1 to 2 tier 6 basic or tier 3 alpha in here as well. I think we could definitely see that as well. Maybe I should have added that. But yeah, keep that in mind. I think we could definitely see, you know, I will add it, T3A and T6B as well. Anywhere from, say, 1 to 2. Yeah, I could definitely see that being in there as well. And then, yeah, I mean, it's pretty basic. Just a healthy chunk of 7-star shards, a good amount of tier 6 class catalyst selectors. Again, if these are not Nexus, I could see this easily being at least 5 regular Paragons, maybe even more. But if they're Nexus, I think they're not going to give out too many, because the Nexus Paragons are going to be powerful if we do see them. But again, that is just a bit of a hunch. And then, yeah, all right, let's go ahead and move on to the big bad Allfather Odin's Vault. And then we'll also go and compare these to the previous year's, last year's July weekend and last year's Cyber weekend. So, all right, let's go ahead and reveal Allfather Odin, what I'm thinking here. So, some people, actually not some, I'd say I've seen this a lot. People are really thinking Kabam is going to put 4 to 5 rank up gems for a 6-star in the Odin. I would love to see that, and I really hope I'm wrong on this, but I just absolutely no way. I do not see that happening at all. I just absolutely do not see that happening. No way, man. I press X to doubt. I'm doubting hard on that. I really don't think we're gonna see 4 to 5 gems in the Odins, because you can probably buy like 4 Odins in game if they're on the Kabam store as well. It's like 8 Odins. To be 8 rank 5s. I don't even have 8 rank 5s right now, and I am basically, you know, not at the tippy top of the game, but right below it. So I don't see it, man. I don't see that many rank 5s being flooded into the game. What I think is a lot more realistic is 1. Honestly, this could be 1 to 2. Honestly, could be 1 to 2 here. If they do want to get a little bit generous, I'll put that in there just in case. I definitely think it'd probably be 1, but it could be 2. Again, it's actually generous. So 1 to 2 tier 6 class catalyst selectors. This is not, and like, because I don't think Kabam also wants to limit whales to 6-stars. I don't think Kabam wants to limit people to 6-stars or 7-stars with these deals. And again, we're going to come back to that with these unit deals. There, it gives you a choice, and if you want to focus on 6-stars or 7-stars. But here, there isn't a choice. So I don't think Kabam wants to force you to rank 6-stars. So I think they just want to give out a healthy amount of tier 6 class catalysts and tier 6 basic, tier 3 alpha, and let the players make their own decisions with those resources. And I really think that's what Kabam's going to do. So again, I can see anywhere from 1 to 2 tier 6 class catalyst selectors, and then anywhere from 2 to 3. Honestly, could it be even more, man? Honestly, it could be. I'm gonna put 2 to 5. 2 to 5. Anywhere from that amount of these catalysts. So you can choose if you want to take some 6-stars to rank 5 or some 7-stars to rank 2. You know, you can do whatever you want for your account. Whatever's gonna be best for you. And I think that's the best way for Kabam to go on that as well. And then 5 Nexus Paragons. And again, if they're not Nexus, then I could see this easily being like 10 regular Paragon crystals. And then of course gold on all of these deals for the Odin, probably like 2 to 3 million. So that's what I'm thinking for the Odin. So let's go ahead and compare this now to, first of all, the July weekend deals of 2022. So for the Odin, we had a full tier 6 basic, full tier 3 alpha, a ton of tier 5 class catalyst selectors, and then 2 6-star Nexus crystal selector. So as like the big crystal in the Odin, I think it's just going to be a 7-star basic. Yeah, I think that just makes sense. It'll be a lot of 7 stars being opened. If you buy a bunch of Odins, you buy an Odin, you open a 7-star. I think that makes sense. I think that's definitely what Kabam is going to do. And yeah, so this was the July 4th Odin. The Black Panther's Treasure here had a 6-star Nexus. I don't know what that rank of gem is. Probably 2 to 3. And then like not quite half. It's like a third of each catalyst there. And then Cyber Weekend amped it up here with it being a full catalyst and then fragments towards the next. I think it was like 1 1.25. And then we also had the introduction of that tier 6 fragments, only 25%, 6-star Awakening Gem, and again, Abyss Nexus Crystal Selectors. This was only November of last year, but the economy in game has evolved so rapidly, it's exploded. And you can also see here, again, this is the increased units that they did. So I could really see them matching the stores units for this year's July weekend deals. But like this Odin, if this was the Odin for Paragons like this year, like this would be garbage. Like this would be trash. Like that's how far the game has advanced within like the last 8 months, which is just crazy how the economy it just takes off miles and miles ahead, especially with the whole 7-star thing, man. It's crazy. So to compare that to this, like it's a massive step up, but I think it's warranted. And again, people were thinking like even crazier than this, so we'll see. But yeah, so that's going to be all of the money offers. Now let's go ahead and now get into the unit offers. Or should we do that, or should we save that for last? I think we should save that for last. Yeah. All right, let's go for just the 1K unit bundle just to get us started. Just 1,000 units. That's not much. I could see there just being a 6-star class Nexus crystal, anywhere from like 1 to 2.5K 7-star shards, and then a 25% T6CC crystal. And take this in for a second. Like this item right here, I'm putting this in the 1K unit offer, whereas on the last big Cyber Weekend deal last year, that was like the newest addition, big ticket item in the Odin. And now I'm putting that item as the first thing in a 1K offer. Like just take in that. Like that's how the economy evolves. It's ridiculous. And the stores in game need to step it up to try to keep pace. But that's a talk for another day. All right, let's go and move on now to the 4K unit offer. So here's just quadruple the price. Definitely got to ramp things up, but this is still just the middle tier offer. It's the prelude to the big 10K offer. So it's got to be good, but it can't be too good. So I'm thinking 6-star Abyss Nexus Selector. 4K units, see an Abyss Selector. I think 3 to 4 generic, though this one being a generic rank of gem, whereas opposed to, the Tournament Briefcase, these are random crystals. But again, I think Kabam will try to reintroduce some more 3 to 4 gems so we can, get 3 to 4s without having to burn tier 3 alpha and tier 6 basic. I could see there being 50% tier 6 class catalyst selector. I could see there being 10,000 7-star shards, not quite a crystal, but a healthy amount of the way. I could also see this being anywhere from 7.5 to 10K, but I put 25 here, so that times 4 is 10. So the math is right with that jump. And then just a 6-star Awakening Gem crystal. We see these often. Again, this was in the Odin here, but now Awakening Gems are like Kabam giving them out like candy. So you can easily see that here. Honestly, you can see a generic here. Like that's how much they've been giving out Awakening Gems. This could easily be a generic. But all right, now let's step things up to the big 10K unit offers. Now I really do think Kabam is going to do this. I think they're going to have 2 10K bundles. I think one's going to be a little bit more 7-star focused, and one's going to be more 6-star focused. Now, I really do think they're going to do that, but trying to guess every single item in this was hard, man. I was really racking my brain on this part, trying to come up with something intelligent to really try to predict Kabam here. This one was tough, though, man. This one was very tough. So, Just keep that in mind. All right. Let's go ahead and reveal what I think the 6-star one could be. So here, I'm thinking 2023 champion selector so far of all champions released. And again, I have it in brackets here. It's all 6-star. So all of this is 6-star except for 7-star shards. But yeah, a 2023 6-star champion selector. I think that would be by far the biggest hook of this specific offer. I think this would actually maybe steer people away from 7-stars because they could get any champion released this year as a 6-star. That's a big deal. All new champions acquiring them is a very big deal. So that would be a big hook. That'd probably be one of the biggest hooks of this offer. And then I could see there also just being a 2022 champion selector, and or so it could be a 2022 champion selector, or the second champion selector could just be anything from before 2023. Basically, anything under any champion released before 2023, you can get them from a selector. You just have to like pick the year, like 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2019, 2020, 21, 22, whichever year you want, you can choose that. So you can basically pick any champion in the game, except for like, specially acquired champions. So again, I think these two things would be a very big hooking point for this deal. Basically, get any champion you want. Then, 2, basically max sig stones. Basically, it has 199 sig levels. So you put this into a champion, and boom, they're sig 200. So again, you get 2 of them, 1 for each of the champions that you select. So boom, you just get these brand new champions. Boom, now they're sig 200. Then we got 2 4 to 5 rank up gems. So I do think Kabam is going to give out more 4 to 5 rank up gems, but like I said, I don't think they're going to be in the Odin. I think this is where they're going to be. So 1, just a random RNG 4 to 5 rank up gem crystal. You get what you get. That's your next rank 5. And then a generic 4 to 5 rank up gem. So this one you can pick any champion on your roster, take them to rank 5. Then, it's just a generic Awaken Gem to, again, awaken your new 2023 champ. And then 15,000 7-star shards. So you can still open up a 7-star, which would just make buying this deal feel a little bit better. You don't get all the juicy 7-star stuff, but at least you can still go open a 7-star. And you get a lot of really big 6-star stuff here. So, yeah, that's what I came up with for the 6-star focus deal. I think this is a pretty alluring deal. This is a lot of really good stuff in here. 2 new rank 5s, like that. These 2 items right here basically contain 6 tier 6 class catalysts, and 12 tier 6 basic and tier 3 alpha. Which a lot of those resources easily can max sig any 2 champions on your entire roster. A brand new 2023 champ. And basically any champ in the game for 2023. So that's for 10k units. That's quite a bit, man. That is quite a bit. All right. Now, what does the 7-star side have to offer? Let me show you guys what I worked with here. All right, and of course, blue for the 6-star deal, purple for the 7-star deal. All right. So up first, the big ticket item here. Originally, I had this as a 7-star Nexus, but I changed it because I don't think that's quite enough. I don't think that's quite enough for this deal. So I put, it's actually kind of cut off here. Let me make this a bit bigger. Make it a lot bigger. There we go. So I put 7-star class crystal because, if you got a 7-star class crystal, it's actually, I think it would actually be easier to target a champion because, there's only like, I think 5 or 6 champions in each class right now in the 7-star pool. So that would give you like a 1 in 6 chance of getting the champion you're looking for in the 7-star basic pool. So I could see it being that, or this is a big stretch, a very big stretch here. But what if they just gave a 7-star selector, a 7-star champion selector from the basic pool only? I could see that. I could realistically see that. You buy this deal, 10k units, You get to pick whatever 7-star you want from that basic pool. I could see that. I think that is possible. It's, again, it's a bit of a stretch, but I feel like just a 7-star Nexus or even a 7-star Clash Crystal, it's not quite enough. You know, there's still so much RNG. So just a selector, you get whatever 7-star you want. No muss, no fuss. There you go. So I could see it. I could see, man. I don't know. And I don't. I feel like the Clash Crystal and the Nexus is still very powerful, but I feel like they'd have to give more than one of those, and I don't think they're gonna do that. So I feel like it's only gonna be like one big 7-star crystal or item. So I don't know. I think it could be a selector, bit of a stretch. Could also be a Clash Crystal. Could also be a Nexus. I think it's gonna be one of those 3 items. Then we have a 1 to 2 generic rank up gem. So this just gives you the ability to take any 7-star on your roster to rank 2. That's a very big deal. And then I think we could see the introduction of some new 7-star materials. Some first ever, this would be the introduction of these materials to the game. They would be the new chase item. Currently, the biggest chase item in the game is tier 6 class catalyst. But we could see the introduction of these. So 7-star signature stones. Now, if we do see them, I don't think Kabam's going to give out much. So I could see 30 7-star Sigstone crystals. I could see maybe that being 50 at most. These are just, you know, random RNG crystals, so you get what you get. And then generics, I could see 10 realistically. I could still see 20 being in the realm of possible. Yeah, and then we could see a 7-star Awakening Gem. If we do see one, I think it would definitely be a crystal, not a generic. So 1 in 6 chance of getting what you want. But I think we could see a 7-star Awakening Gem, and then an additional 30k 7-star shards. And because there's not quite as much tier 6 basic or tier 3 alpha in this deal compared to this deal, because, you know, there's the double rank up gems. But I don't think Kabam would give out 2 1 to 2 gems. Maybe they would. Maybe 1 generic, 1 class. I don't think so. I went with just 1 generic, but I think they could just add in some more tier 3 alpha, more tier 6 basic to kind of offset that. And yeah, 30,000 7-star shards to open 2 crystals. So again, this was really hard to come up with. I think this makes some sense. That's what I'm predicting there. All right, now we have the post 10k unit offer. So after you make your choice, you buy one of these 10k deals. Typically, there's something extra that pops up. In the past, there's been more than one of these, but 2022, there's only one. If we go ahead, circle back to this, you guys can see here that, where is it? Right here? Yes. So for 2022, we only had one extra thing, and so it contained a 6-star 3 to 4 gem, a 6-star Awakening Gem, and 20 plus 5 6-star signature stones. So that's pretty good for 3k units at the time. That was some of the best value we've ever seen at that time. For this year, I think they'll continue the trend of just 1 post offer. I hope so anyways. I like when it's just 1. And so what I'm thinking for this is this is where I think the 7-star Nexus crystal is going to be. After you spend all your units, 15,000 units, which regardless of where you go, the 6-star bundle or the 7-star bundle focused, you then have the chance for an extra 3k units. Also, this could be 5k. I should put that. This could be 5k if it is extra juicy, which, I mean, a 7-star Nexus is pretty juicy. And if they also increase the amount of units in the deals to match this store, that's more units floating around. So we could see an inflation in this deal. But this is where I think we're going to see the 7-star Nexus. I think, you know, you spend anywhere from 18 to 20,000 units. I think you should get rewarded with a 7-star Nexus. I think that'd be really cool. And then just also 1 tier 6 class catalyst selector. Honestly, it could be even more too. It could be 1 to 2. I could see that being possible. And then just some gold. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking for the extra after you buy all the unit bundles. Alright guys, so that's my predictions for the money deals and for the unit deals. Now, let's get to the free prize for if you clean out the entire store. So, man, this, and I also had an idea that maybe they would, if you clean out both stores. If you clean out one store, you get a 6-star Jessica Jones. If you clean out both stores, you get a 7-star Jessica Jones. That's just like a spitball idea. I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think they're going to have anything linked where you have to buy out both. I think, like I said, I came up with kind of this idea that if it's a player's choice thing, then maybe you just get like a special token. And, you know, you could get 2 tokens, then a max of 2 tokens, you know, if you bought out the in-game store and the Kabam store. I think maybe that would be a better way to go about it, instead of trying to force someone to buy out both. But still having the option, if you do that, to be rewarded. And so what could be the reward for cleaning out the store? Well, I could see another 7-star Nexus. Again, I put the 7-star Nexus here after spending, you know, all your units. Well, after you spend all your money initially, that could also get you a 7-star Nexus. I think that's more than fair. Yeah. Or again, even a class crystal, 7-star class crystal instead of a Nexus, make it something a little bit different. Or you know, maybe I'll include that as well. Maybe again, maybe it's a choice you could pick. That'd be cool. But yeah, you could see a 7-star Nexus, could also see 7-star class crystal. That'd be so hype. That'd be so hype. And then, or it could be because like we're putting 7-star stuff on here, just a 6-star trophy champ is not on the same par as a 7-star, right? So I put 2. Basically, you get the champion, but you get 2 copies, so they just come to your roster at SIG 20 if it's a new champ. So Jessica Jones, if you didn't get her from the previous spending event where you had to max out the store, that was what was on for offer, Jessica Jones. So I didn't get that, so I am looking to pick her up with these deals. So 2 versions of her. Could see the introduction of Magic. Finally, Magic's been 6-star locked for a very long time. So if the first ever way to get her was from buying out these stores, she is a very special champion. So it's a possibility. It is within the realm of possible. And then also just Weapon X. I mean, that's more than possible. Like, we've already seen that in the past. So, but yeah, I already have Weapon X, so I'm not fussed about him. But I figured I'd put him here. So people have the choice, possible options, player choice. I think it would make a lot of sense to see a player choice with these. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's gonna go ahead and do it for my July weekend predictions, which is now Sun in the Fun. What do you guys are Sun in the Fun? Fun in the Sun. Oh man, this happens when you've been blabbing on for over half an hour. But that's gonna do it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed my predictions. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree? Do you think I'm way off base? Do you think I'm crazy? Do you think I'm stingy with these predictions? Do you think I'm way too generous? Please let me know what you think. I love reading feedback on videos like this, so please leave a comment. Tell me your thoughts. And yeah, if you guys want to continue seeing me make these type of predictions videos, just drop a like. It lets me know that you enjoy them, and I enjoy making them. And it's fun. It'll be fun to compare my predictions to the actual deals themselves once they go live on Friday. And I think I will try to be live streaming the moment the deals go live, so we can do a bit of a live reaction together and talk about it and chat. So I feel like that could be a lot of fun. So hit the little bell if you want to be notified when we go live to review these offers. Subscribe if you guys want to see more content. Thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel. Love you guys. Peace out.